everyone, welcome to today's tutorial and welcome to our new viewers too who are wondering who I am. My name is Deborah and I am the founder and director of Cougar Cosmetics. What we're going to talk about today is aging and the effects it has on our facial features and how we can counteract these effects with the use of makeup. And I'm going to introduce you to some of the Cougar Cosmetics range and why I created the range for the mature face. So what happens when we age? Our skin becomes uneven, the tone becomes uneven, and what we need from a foundation is not a mask, not something that's heavy that sinks into the fine lines and causes creases and just looks like mud on your face. So something that's light but enough coverage to give that illusion of a more even skin tone, and this brings youth back to your face. So hence I created the Age Resistance Foundation. Now I'm going to put that on and we're going to go through step by step and you'll see how these changes can make you look more youthful. And now at this time of our lives and older is not the time to be giving up on makeup. Makeup is something that brings back your youth, and I think that's what everybody really wants. I know I do anyway. So let's get started with the video. I'll stop babbling and we'll see how we go. I'm going to take that and apply it with a foundation brush. This foundation has a soft focus effect, so it gives the illusion of a softer, more even complexion. With the foundation brush, I also like to add just a couple of drops of water. It just helps with application. It's far better than using fingers. Fingers don't give that real even, soft coverage that a brush can, and it is worth investing in a brush. This little bottle, it's just got water in it, handy little thing. I absolutely love them. Came in a set of 3. I bought it at the supermarket. They're little sauce bottles and they're just brilliant for this sort of stuff. They can travel empty, and great also for the cake eyeliner for adding water to your dish. You don't need to be getting up and down to get your water. So just a couple of drops, and I'm not making it wet, I'm just making it very lightly damp. I'm going to apply some blobs around. The brush also gets into all those tiny little crevices that you can't seem to do with your fingers, and particularly if you've got nails like I do, I would poke myself in the eye if I tried to do that. And around your nose, it's always great for getting in around there. So once we've blended this out, there's another option to add a little bit more through the center and under your eyes. Great for evening to get more coverage, or if you are a little bit dark under the eyes, I don't tend to wear a concealer. I haven't created one at this point and I've never really found one that I like. So I'm just going to show you that you can add more of this foundation without it going streaky and without it clumping on itself. So another good reason, you can keep it in your bag after work, you can pop on some more and it's not going to look like you've done just that, popped on some more. So we'll just add a bit around here. Now if you are adding another layer, I wouldn't do that to your whole face. You certainly don't need to be coming around this area out here, unless of course you have severe pigmentation in that area. You might like to be adding a bit more. Always go over your eyelids. And I like to stroke across these lines here because they're hard to get rid of. Okay, remember along the edge here you don't want it to look like a mask. Now look at this crazy hair. With regards to powder, do we need to wear powder? There's a lot of controversy out there. A lot of makeup artists will tell you not to wear powder and that it's going to just make your lines look worse. That's a broad statement because there are powders that are created with light reflecting formulations that actually help diffuse the look of the fine lines. So that broad statement is incorrect as far as I'm concerned. The powder that I created certainly has a soft focus effect, and I call it Silken Veil, and that's exactly what it does. It puts this light veil over the foundation, it sets the foundation, makes it longer lasting, and it diffuses those fine lines, and it makes us look like our skin is really soft and supple. So today I'm going to use 3 of the colours. There are 4, but I'm going to use 3 out of the range. I'm going to start with the Golden Sunrise. You would need a large fluffy brush. This is a beigey tone with a slight golden light to it. Very neutral, really. The third colour in the range is a pinkier shade, Evening Sunset, and great for the pinker tones in the skin, or you could use the gold to counteract your pink, or if you're too gold you could use the pink to counteract your gold. They're translucent, they don't really change any colour on your face, and I'll just show you by placing it on one side what effect it has. Now, tapping it into the skin is the best way to apply, and then lightly buffing. And I'm hoping you can see, if I sit back in the light, the subtle difference between foundation without powder and foundation with powder. So I'll go and put it on the other side. Now you're probably wondering what on earth I'm going to be doing with 3 shades of powder on my face. Well, I'm going to be very subtly highlighting and contouring. Now, why do I want to do that? So as we age, what once upon a time was up here is now down here, and I have these little pockets down here. Now, dark will recede, so I'm going to use a darker shade of powder on this area here to just give the illusion that it's not there. And I'm using Summer Solstice, which is quite a dark shade of powder. Again, translucent, so it's not quite what you're thinking. It's not like a bronzer that would show up in the sense that I'll have this big dark mark around, but I do want to be a bit careful. So I'm just, nice hair on my face. Just going to blot this out, this bit here, ever so subtly, but when all this makeup comes together it does make a difference. Just get rid of that. Just make sure you blend well, so you really don't want anybody to be noticing that you've done that. Not that I would expect everybody to be doing this every day, but it is something that I do for a special occasion. So I'm trying to create that sharper jawline that I used to have once upon a time. The third shade that I'm going to use is called Northern Lights. It's the lightest of the shades, and I'm going to use it as a highlighter. It's quite lemony, so it's lightening and brightening. Great to brighten up a tan as well as the lighter porcelain ivory shades. I often wear this colour myself. I have a hair here somewhere which is tickling my nose. Okay, so up along this area here, I'm going to add that lighter colour. As I said, you're not going to notice too much until all of this comes together at the end. Now this won't settle into your lines. It is the finest of fine powders, and it's so light you can't even feel like you're wearing it. It's like a second skin. I'm going to go down the nose and down the centre and just up here like that. So you're probably wondering why on earth I bothered putting the first one on. Well, it's there, it's there. Right, from here we're going to get into some blush. Okay, in the aging process, once again we lose colour. We lose colour in our hair, we lose colour in our brows, our lashes, our skin, our lips. And this is why bringing colour back into your life makes you more youthful. So we're going to use the blush like a light flush. So that flush makes us look younger. If you remember when you were younger, or you look at younger children, they've always got this healthy flush, and it's beautiful. So I'm going to use all of this palette to show you how you use it. The palette comes, and excuse me, I've been using it, so it's not in the nicest shape. It comes with a cream blush, and it comes with two different powder blushes. I'm going to put the cream on first, and you can do that with this little cream blush brush, and it won't go all cloggy even though we've put the powder on. I wouldn't recommend probably doing it with your fingers over powder. You could do it with your fingers straight over the foundation. Now, why am I doing this? I'm layering it so that it's longer lasting. I'd wear the cream on a weekend without the powder, and if I'm more serious, I'd put powder on. Okay. Now, blush does not just go simply on the apples of the cheeks. That will make you look like a marionette puppet. Women, as we age, often will lose a lot of fat from their face, and so they become quite sucked in, and these apples can stick out just like that, like apples. And if you paint that on there like that, imagine that. Yes, a marionette puppet. I often watch TV and or go look through magazines and see that the makeup artist has done the makeup of the more mature woman, and they've done this big apple thing, and I can't see anything else. So check it out, you'll see it. So start up near the ear and bring it down, and you can do a little swirl on your apples, but we're using this illusion of taking all these facial features back up again, bringing that youth and the colour back into our face. I'm going to do that over here as well. This is so natural looking, this cream. It's really very beautiful. But I do like to top it with the powder just to make it a bit longer lasting. Okay, so I will top that with a little bit of powder. Don't go too heavy on your blush. when you've done your makeup, when you've got your lipstick on and your eyes, you can see then if you just look a bit pasty, a little bit too pale, if you've got a heavy lip or a heavy eye, you can judge when you look in the mirror. You'll see, oh, there's something not quite right, I look a little bit pale. That will be your blush. Just top up your blush a little bit, but easier to put more on than it is to take it off. So I'm just going to add a little bit. Again, using the same sort of technique, just bouncing that around. Now I'm using a magnifying mirror, and that's a really good thing to invest in. I know my eyesight up close is dreadful, and when I want to do my eye makeup, I can't see without it. So if you have eye problems like myself, it really is worth investing in a magnifying mirror. So it's a double-sided mirror. It comes with a light, but seriously, I never use that. So if you don't want to be bothered with the added expense of the light, you don't need to. Okay, so keep your foundation brush with you so that you can just manipulate and tidy up anything you think is just a little bit overdone or a little out of place. Make it more directional, you know, soften off the edges, whatever you need to do. That's a really good thing to keep with you. Okay. So the next obvious thing that we need to address is the eyebrows. The colour has faded, the hair has fallen out, or they've gone completely crazy and they're everywhere. You need to groom those brows really well. Unruly brows really does age you. I unfortunately don't have many left, but I'm going to show you how to use the brow kit and put some brows back in. You will notice once I've done the brows just how it's bringing all the youth back to the face. The brows are going to frame your eyes. It gives a focus to your face. Once we've done the eyebrows, then the next thing to address is the lining of the eyes and the lashes to complete that window. I mean, these eyes are what people look at. We read people through their eyes, so we want to make these really beautiful. So taking the wax from the brow kit and using the magnifying side, I'm going to create a new shape. I'll give it a little brush first. Trying to grow some new hair. Ho ho. I swear there's someone there at night running around stealing hair in the middle of the night. One minute I've got hair and then I've got none. Now see, I'm quite patchy in there as well. So you need to fill in those gaps. I know this is all smoke and mirrors, but it makes you feel great. It gives you the confidence to go out there knowing, gee, I look good. Gee, I look younger. Let's pop this on the other side as well. This is not intended to be an instructional video for eyebrows. I do have that further down in the YouTube list if you are looking for a particular video on eyebrows. That will tell you where to stop and where to start and all that sort of thing, and why and wherefore. I'm going to add a little bit to the front. It's just getting really crazy here. Losing too much hair. I'm going to add some of the powder to that now. Okay. Eye makeup. I don't have any eyeshadows in our range as yet. I'm working on those, and it's not just a matter of putting a range of colours together. I'm working on formulas that work to minimise the crepiness on the eyelids, and if you don't have crepey eyelids, you're very lucky, and I'm very envious. Matte apparently is the way to go according to all the experts, but I don't believe that's correct. A dark matte powder is very forgiving. It hides a multitude of sins, but the lighter colours, the chalky matte light colours, can make it look even worse. So I am working towards trying to find the answer to that. So if you can bear with me. I'm going to take a professional palette today, and I'm going to use this creamy white. This is not an eyeshadow tutorial. And I'm just going to run this all over here. This is so easy. You can do this. Watch what I do. And it just makes a huge difference to the eyes. Taking the creamy white to the other side. Why all over? That's to even out the skin tone on the eyes, because they can be quite pinky or browny. Okay, done. I'm going to take the highlighter out of the brow kit, so you do have a highlighter in there. It has a slight amount of shimmer, so it's going to detract from that really chalky look that the matte gave. Just a tiny bit of reflect, and this is what I'm working on, is what's the right amount of reflect to stop that appearance of crepiness or lines. So just tucking that up high. Now going to take a very nondescript shade. I think it's tobacco or something they call it. Cigar maybe. Okay, now that's going all over the lid and up out of the crease to meet that highlighter. And the reason I'm going out of the crease is to take the attention away from that extra bit of skin that I developed as time went by. Thank you very much. That dark colour makes that recede and looks like I now have a new crease and opens up the eye. Can you see that between here and here? So I'll just do that here as well. So this is a very, very, very simple eyeshadow routine, but it does work. If you're in a hurry, or you're not one to play with a lot of colour, at least it gives you some definition on the eye. Just take it out of there. Okay, I don't want to muck around with that too much and bore you with the detail. The lash line. Definitely want to put some emphasis into that lash line, because it's going to open our eyes, frame the eye, give that interest, bring back the youth. So a lot of ladies are very scared of liquid liners, and I don't blame you, because they are scary. And they're also afraid of using the tiny little eyeliner brush, and it does take practice. So today I'm going to show you a new way. Using a double-ended brow brush. This is the double-ended brow brush. And using this end of the brush, I'm going to use that to apply the cake eyeliner, and it's so easy. It's easier than using a pencil because it doesn't drag on your skin, and the cake eyeliner, being cake eyeliner, doesn't end up down here in the summer. Now you don't use a wet brush, use a damp brush. So keep a tissue handy if you're making it too wet. Damp it off and just jump up and down into the product. And I need to just stretch the skin a little bit, so bear with me. And then just tapping it onto the lash line. If you're resting that brush on your lashes, you can't go wrong. And that's getting right down into the nitty-gritty of where we want to be. And you can make it as heavy or as light as you like. You can take your time. Being cake eyeliner, it doesn't dry and go sticky like the liquid liners do. You know how you get it out of the bottle and you've got to quickly get it to your eye and quickly run it across, otherwise it goes all sticky. Well, this won't do that. And then just take off at the end and give that little flick. That gives the illusion that our eyes are going up, not down. From underneath, just lightly apply up to the lashes. I don't go all the way along, and I like to have a little cotton bud just to smooth it off and make it a bit softer. Okay, so the other side, same deal. Now the other thing is, if you wanted to make it heavier using this brush, you can do that too. So instead of just dabbing at the lash line, you start to stroke at the lash line. So you can get more emphasis if you wish. All right. So we've created the lash line, and now we're going to introduce the mascara to the lashes. I have none, they're so fair. If you're going out and you're not wearing makeup out that door, don't go out without your lashes on it. I feel so bald if I do. I'm going to turn on the heated eyelash curler, and I'm going to coat the lashes. Now what's so different about 2020? It washes off in water. It is safe for sensitive eyes and contact lens wearers. It contains organic beeswax, and if you're curious as to whether it will cry off, yes it will. If you're having a good howl, yes it will. But so will every other mascara bar waterproof. And the difference is that when you have had a good cry and you need to take it off, you just get a tissue and dab around your eye and it will be gone. Unlike traditional mascara, it will be one big black ring under your eyes and you won't get it off. But if you have a little tear, it won't. It's fine. So it washes off in water in the shower. I love it. I hate taking off mascara, and I hate getting up in the morning having thought I've taken it off. Panda eyes, I just can't stand it. Okay, so we need a coat of mascara to use the eyelash curler because it works on the waxes in the mascara and it heats them. We curl them, and as the wax cools they stay, as opposed to the traditional clamp style, which I can't use. I do my lashes, put the mascara on, and they fall straight down again. So it was obvious to me that I had to find an alternative to make this work, because the curled lashes really do make a difference. Opening up the eye. When we open up the eyes, they look bigger, brighter, more inviting. So this is ready now. Oh, look at that. I've just put mascara on my face, and I'll show you. I'll get a little bit of water and I'll just do this. And it's gone. So in here, just put these into the comb, heat them up a bit, work up the shaft of the hair and turn them, hold them, and then let them go. Oh, my eyes are watering today. I've got the air conditioning on, so cold. The air blowing on me is freezing. Now, lashes isn't something I'd rush. This is really framing all the work you've just done. And we recoat them because this does take a little bit of the mascara off sometimes, but it is well worth the effort. If you're wearing false lashes too, I always put the mascara on and curl mine first because it helps them hide into the lash better. Otherwise, I've got straight as sticks lashes, and you can see the lash between the false lash and the real lash. But if I curl them, you don't. Okay, can you see that they're now sitting up and open? I'll just give them a quick coat. Oops, I'm so good with mascara, I paint it everywhere. I'm dreadful. So let me just get that off now. Oh, I'm a train wreck. Okay. That's because my lashes are now open, sitting up on my eye. I'm just removing all the mascara I put everywhere. We're not perfect, ladies, we're not perfect. Okay, lips. What happens there? Well, we get all these lines around our lips, and those beautiful creamy lipsticks that we used to once wear now bleeds into all the lines and it looks dreadful. So we either stop wearing those beautiful shades or we stop wearing lipstick altogether, which is criminal. So for my formulation of the lipstick, it had to be seep proof. It wasn't allowed to go into any of the lines, and I still wanted to wear my bold reds. I love red, I love orange reds, red reds, blue reds. I wear them all, I love them. So today I'm going to use the Cougar Red. Of course, it's a blue red. And I'm going to put this on from the tube and work it around. They're a satin finish lipstick. So, still creamy, but not that, you know, that luscious melting cream that you like to wear and that they tell you if you put a lip pencil on it won't bleed. What a load of hogwash. I don't care what brand of lip pencil, I have not found one that works yet. And embarrassing, yes. Nothing worse than standing talking to people and then going to the bathroom to find out that you've got all these lines of lipstick and you've been standing there talking to them, and I'm sure they're looking straight into them going, what's wrong with her face? So lip pencils to me do not work. It's all in the lipstick. Okay, so we'll give that a little bit of a work around, smooth out the edges. Plus it presses it into the lip a bit better. Then I'm going to blot it off and do it again. Blotting that down, I'm going to powder in between and recoat. Not a daily necessary thing to do, but if you're wearing red, I like to do it. Powder. And recoat. Rework. Oh, not with that. Nearly put the double-ended brow brush in my lipstick. If you like a glossy lipstick, and I do, I like a glossy lipstick, not all the time. Sometimes I like it the satin look, but for evening I like to put a bit of gloss on. So we have the Gloss Over Sheer Colour Lip Gloss. So it is sheer, A few of the darker colours have a little bit more tint to them, but this one is perfect for putting over this, and you only keep it to the middle. It has a beautiful lemony scent and is not sticky. That's one thing my lip gloss had to be, was not sticky. And it just gives this gorgeous shine. Keep it to the centre. It will give the illusion that you have a whole glossy lip. You don't need to be putting it everywhere. So I've taken you through the whole range bar the tinted brow gel. I've done a video on that, I do believe, or I've used it in the brow video. I hope you can see now from what I've said that my hair looks alright that you can bring youth to your face with the use of makeup, and if you're using the correct textures and finishes, it's far more flattering than just using any makeup that's been designed for everybody, because it doesn't work for everybody. And that's why I created the range, because I wasn't happy with the makeup that I could buy. It just didn't work for me. So if you have any questions about how to apply your makeup, anything about the range, anything I can help you with whatsoever, I'm here to help, and Cougar Cosmetics is here to help. It doesn't need to be about our brand. If you have a problem, you are most welcome to get some free advice. It's been lovely talking to you today, ladies. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope I haven't bored you with anything. If you need my help, go to the website www.cougarcosmetics.com.au, enter your details into the contact form, send your request, and we can Skype, we can chat, we can email, we could do whatever you like to do. It's been my pleasure today. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks, ladies. Catch you again soon. Bye.